So I went to Rangeley a couple days ago. My left knee started swelling up pretty bad and hurting. I didn't twist it or fall or bang it or anything. So not sure what's going on there. I did go to urgent care after icing it for an entire day and not getting anywhere. And she said I pretty much got to slow down to the rate my joints are catching up, not my muscles. So I was doing roughly 13 miles a day on the days I was hiking, and roughly I'd cap it at about 6,000 feet elevation and 13 miles ish. So it seems like a good pace for now. Until that thing heals up is 10 miles a day with a cap of maybe 4,000 elevation. So today is only 2,400, and it's going to be a 10-mile day, and I'm almost there. And we got a late start to like 10 o'clock, so so not a bad pace. And she gave me a shot of steroid and some painkiller, and the swelling went down in the knee, but it kind of moved down to my ankle. My ankle's not hurting, it's just swollen. Like the liquid had to go somewhere. She put this knee brace on really tight, and I think it kind of just squeezed all the fluid out of the knee, and it went down to the ankle. So I loosened my shoes and socks, and I loosened the brace, and just kind of feeling it out. I did ice it, I elevated it, and just had to get back on the trail. But while I was in Rangeley, there was a parade, and they say the best fireworks in Maine, and they were pretty amazing. Also, just before the road, the lean-to just before the road to get to Rangeley, there was a gentleman there named Kyle camping with his daughter, and he invited us to camp out in his backyard to save hotel, and he gave us a ride to town, which was absolutely amazing. So my first real trail magic, and great people. His wife and other daughter are amazing. He had some other friends and family there, and the town was amazing. The food was good. So it was a great place to rest up, heal up, resupply food and water, and I'm back on the trail. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. See you soon. The issue with my left knee, not my right. I accidentally misspoke in another video a couple days ago. But I think I told you they put this brace on and gave me a steroid shot and some painkiller. I haven't commented on it since. That was a couple days ago. I had it elevated, put it like a 10-pound bag of ice on there for like 6 hours. And the swelling went down to my ankle, which my ankle doesn't hurt, but I know it seems like I had to go somewhere. Especially, I mean, they put this on really tight. And so yesterday I did a light day, and this morning my ankle wasn't swollen anymore, but my knee is again, and it hurts. So it seems like the steroid and the painkiller didn't do anything. I called a friend of mine who gets them for his shoulder every now and then. He said they'll last 2 to 3 weeks, and doesn't seem like it lasted much more than a day. So I don't know what's up with it. But I'm about to do my first climb since I went to see to urgent care. First time I've ever been to the doctor's, pretty much outside the state I live in, but while traveling anyway. And, just thought I'd record it. I was saying in a previous video that if I were going up steep inclines where I had to bend my knee at a right angle or more to step up, is when I was getting pains. And then I did a couple of high mileage days, high mileage, high altitude days back to back, and it might be what really irritated this thing. So I've been trying it. So I took a couple days off, which you all know, you know, the second and third. And the town I was staying in celebrates the fourth on the third, so the fireworks are amazing. And you know, and now I'm back on trail trying to do light days. Yesterday was a really light day. Like, I want to say it was 1,700 total for the day, whereas this is only one part of today. And I want to say it was 9.5 miles. You know, and when I got to camp, I stayed off it and stuff. But anyway, we'll see. So I'm going to try to record going up this hill. But every time I step up with that knee or step down, having to use that leg to step down, not the leading leg, but the trailing leg, supporting my weight for a controlled step down, it hurts like crazy. But anywho, we'll see you at the top of the hill. So this one's unique. It's, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm trying to pull this down so that, yeah. It's kind of just a really sloped, sharp angle rock rather than a bunch of boulders you have to climb over individually. It's just one big rock. And it started there, although I made this spot up with these things. I had to actually hold them in one hand and climb for a second. But this one, I don't know if you can see it all the way up there, but I'm going to try doing this standing upright using my trek poles, but I might have to, you know, hold on to them and climb with my hands in some spots. I'm not sure, because this is so steep, how grippy that will be to my shoes, but we'll find out. So far, so good. I personally like this kind of stuff. I like to get the hill out of the way. A lot of people like switchbacks where you go twice the distance, but it asses up the hill so that you're only climbing half the incline. You're going 10 miles up instead of 5, and I personally kind of like to just get it over with and go straight up. And you can pause either way, so it's not like you're committed and have to keep going. You can rest a minute before going the next steep increment. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. The pictures don't do it justice. This is quite a steep climb. The only way I think it would is if I had a 3D camera, which I've thought about, but you know, it's also extra weight, and I'm not getting any younger. So one of the things I like about getting on top of these mountains is getting to alpine, where the elevation is such that the trees don't grow above it. And while you're on your way, sometimes they call this a green tunnel. It's crazy dark, a lot of canopy, a lot of branches above your head. But when you start getting up here to, I think I'm somewhere near 3,000 feet. I gotta look. But it gets brighter and the trees get shorter. Like, these trees are only maybe 20 or 30 feet tall. And when you get even further up, you're only maybe a foot tall, and then they just stop growing completely. And the air switches. It gets really cool, brisk. It's less dense, so it's easier to breathe, and it's cleaner, and it's just really nice. When I was on Saddleback, you got to hike in the Alpine for, man, I want to say it was more than a mile. And even though there's roughly 30% less oxygen, there's less everything because it's less dense, but the ratios are almost identical. Even though there's less oxygen, it's just cleaner and easier to breathe, and you know, it feels really good. So hopefully I get to the Alpines on this mountain today and get to hiking them for a while. They usually don't let you sleep up in them, but looks like I'll be going down for a minute and then back up again. I'm not sure why that is, and they always say the Alpine, what does live above the Alpine is so fragile. It's one of the reasons why they don't want you hanging out on top of the mountains above the Alpines, so you don't destroy that fragile ecosystem by stepping on it or setting your tent on it or whatever. So anywho, talk to you soon.